Hello everyone and welcome to episode 12 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. It is the UFC 249 show. Tony Ferguson, Khabib, Nurmagomedov, as this is going to be a major matchup. First of all, we finally get to see it, even though it's not going to be full on seeing it. We'll go through a tech simulator to see how this plays out, but that should be a fun main event to see. Not only who might take on Conor next, as far as we'll have either a Khabib rematch with McGregor or McNuggets. He's finally going to get him as Ferguson, and McGregor would be a fun matchup as well. As before we get into the actual pay-per-view, though, as for UFC 249, we do have the latest season of The Ultimate Fighter to kind of show off here, as if we'll hopefully get to have a very exciting season. As for this season, I wanted to showcase, as far as, it's 15 years since the first Tough series. Obviously, it's kind of weird to do this on the 29th season instead of the big 30, but with season 29, of course, Bryan Battle goes on to win it for the middleweights, and of course, in real life, they, split it up into two divisions, but in WMMA 5, you can only have one weight class, so it's a middleweight season. And to have Forrest Griffin and Stephan Bonnar, of course, those two men, to have the chance to learn from both Forrest Griffin and Stephan Bonnar, I think it's a big get for a lot of the young prospects. But some of the guys in here, obviously Bryan Battle, the man who won it in real life, Brendan Lazar, from South Africa, in the save here, he had just beaten Dricus du Plessis, which is pretty big. Obviously, that's a big time win. Armin Petrosyan, as far as an incredible kickboxer that should go pretty far in this. Also, Nick Maximov as a Diaz brothers protege, as far as that is a big get for him to be able to showcase his stuff on The Ultimate Fighter. Philip Rowe, Roman Forlado, Miroslav Braz, a lot of Polish and a lot of, I want to say Matus Simazicki, as far as that's another. There's a couple of Polish fellas. I know Ibrahim Mane, the French kickboxer, that will hopefully do some great work for us in that season, The Ultimate Fighter. But as far as, everything's just taking forever. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's very, very irritating so far. As far as hopefully we get this settled sooner rather than later, because, now we're just kind of frozen here. Just great. Well, I think it's fixed now. We'll see. As far as, and then Kaylan Hill, Puerto Rican kickboxer as well. Dean Hawkins from the UK, as far as I believe, London might be Manchester. Yeah, London, as far as Dean Hawkins. I want to say, I thought he was a kickboxer as well, but it looks like he's just a mixed martial artist off of his style. But that should be interesting to see how he does. But as far as, we probably won't show a lot of updates with this, because obviously it's going to take once a week to see how everything goes. But it should be a pretty fun season, honestly. I think a lot of these guys have pretty good marketability. I think they also, stylistically and as far as skills-wise, they are pretty similar. There's really no outlier there. But we have a couple of bit of everything. I split up the two South Africans on each side, as far as with Brendan Lazar and Mark Hummel. As far as a lot of the Polish natives, the Poland natives rather, are split up. I think there's 3 of them in general, so it's kind of weird. Didn't want to stack them all on one team, because I want to say Marcin, he's Polish as well. And obviously, I think Miroslav is also Polish. Yeah. Oh, no, he's Czech. Okay, so we have 2 Poland natives and a Czech Republic native. So as far as, I think... oh, no, actually, never mind. Because, Camille is Polish as well. So, we do have multiple Poland natives. It's kind of funny how that worked out. But, that's just kind of the season, what it's looking like. But we probably won't show a lot of highlights with that, but it's nice to kind of have the tough season going on. Obviously, tough in real life now is a bit of an afterthought, and very much, even with Conor McGregor, I thought maybe Conor would, because of how big of a kind of name he is with everybody as far as from the casual perspective, that he would maybe get people excited for it. But they had a dumbass format where there was prospects versus vets, and obviously the vets are steamrolled them. Like, it's a bit of an unfair advantage. But with this main event of Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov, just a massive, massive fight there in the main event. But the co-main event is a hell of a fight as well. It's Peter Yan and Henry Cejudo for the 135. As far as a bantamweight title fight, massive, massive fight here between those two. Of course, Cejudo, in real life, really, as far as once he climbed up from flyweight to bantamweight, didn't really get to see a whole lot of him because obviously he retired, and then obviously a short retirement because he came right on back a couple of years later. But this is a big time fight, big time fight with him and Peter Yan. We have Anderson Silva and Uriah Hall as well on this main card. Obviously, in real life, this wasn't Silva's. Oh no, it was Silva's retirement fight because I was thinking Silva's retirement fight was him and Adesanya, but no, I believe this in fact was the retirement fight for Silva, and that's kind of what the thought process is behind this with Silva and Uriah Hall. I'm hoping it's a banger. If Silva finishes him, though, that would be insane. That should be a fun fight, though, even though Silva's obviously a middle-aged man at this point. Uriah Hall is going to bring it, so that should be a fun one. 115 for Jessica Andrade and Michelle Waterson, as, of course, these two are some of the top women 115ers as far as with those two. That should be a pretty exciting style because, like, Jessica Andrade, she likes to keep it standing a little bit. She can do some work on the ground, but mainly likes to keep it standing. And obviously, Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie, looks to keep it standing. In our opening contest on the main card, though, Ben Rothwell and Fabricio Verdum, two veterans of the heavyweight division, dialing it down. Obviously, Fabricio Verdum giving up a lot of weight. Rothwell's probably going to look to keep it standing, but Fabricio Verdum, obviously someone to watch out for when you take it to the ground. Man that could finish you on his back, or if he's on top, be able to get a Kimura or an arm bar, or as far as even a knee bar, could be able to finish you. But that should be a fun opener as well. I actually really like this card. I think a lot of different variables there, a lot of different fights. But, as far as mainly, though, that main event, though, it's going to be interesting to see how WMMA 5 kind of rates that. Because obviously Khabib, he's a mauler. He's going to look to take you down and keep you down. And that style does not really do well with WMMA 5. But as far as, like, from a rating perspective, it is very impressive to see him dominate some of these top 155ers. And, I mean, El Kikuyu himself, this is a chance for redemption for him, because obviously in real life here, he's just not the same Tony Ferguson, unfortunately. A lot of it, though, he has fought a lot of tough guys. I kind of wish they gave him a tomato can to crush, but that's kind of against the UFC's kind of thought process, but that's just me. For the prelims, though, Bilal Muhammad taking on Lyman Good at the 170 fight to main event the prelim. Julio Arce against Melizik Baghdarsaryan. I think that's, Baghdarsaryan. That's actually a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. But Melizik Baghdarsaryan versus Julio Arce. Julio is from New York, so the hometown kid there. Looking to get a big win. Jared Gordon in Magmad Mustafayev as Jesus, I'm all over the place with that one. Magmad Mustafayev as taking on Jared Gordon at 155. Kenan Song and Randy Brown at 170 as Kenan Song and Randy Brown's part of Randy Brown, I believe another New York native, having the another hometown kid looking to get a win in the Big Apple, as Alex Reyes and Usman Nurmagomedov. So we get Khabib's cousin on the card as well, as Alex Reyes is probably going to get destroyed there at 155. We'll see, though. We'll see. Stranger things have happened on those early prelims. A lot of guys that we thought were going to be the big stars that they are today end up getting crushed, as we saw with Tom Aspinall. And then the opener, Takashi Sato and Dwight Grant as far as at 170. So we got a lot of 170 fights on this prelim, 3 of them, 3 out of the 6. As far as, I think this prelim, compared to our last card, though, was pretty crazy. That's going to be a tough one to really follow up. There was a lot of exciting finishes, a lot of great prelim bouts. Pretty much every fight was pretty much exciting from bell to bell. It's going to be tough to follow. There's a lot of guys here that are very much wrestler-based, guys that look to keep you down. And as far as if you get up, you're going to go right back down to the mat. Like Bilal, like Usman or Nurmagomedov, like Khabib, obviously. And so we are a bit of we're throwing caution to the wind with some of those matchups. But as far as I think the main event will deliver, as far as you have 2 of the best lightweights in the world battling it out. As far as the analytics side of things, Khabib, of course, making his 3rd defense of his UFC lightweight title. Ferguson's finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Of course, Khabib, number 1, Ferguson 6th. 4th time that Khabib's main event a pride, or fucking about said pride event now, as I'm all over the place. Khabib as a main event for the 4th time for the UFC here, and 3rd time for Tony Ferguson. Khabib has submitted, though, 3 of his last 5 opponents. And the first time they have fought, though, of course, we finally get it. Ferguson does have the reach advantage. But again, Khabib, I think, grappling-wise, has the advantage. But if Tony could keep it standing, he might have a chance. If he throws sand at him, and lands one of those crazy leg kicks, shatters his fucking femur, and wins by by a leg break or something. That might be a possibility. But this is just an awesome fight to finally happen. To finally see it. To see how it plays out. And then Peter, No Mercy, Jan, against Henry, the Messenger, Cejudo, as Henry Cejudo, making his 1st defense of the Bantamweight title. Cejudo, though, has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Both are obviously world-ranked Bantamweights. Cejudo, number 1. Peter Jan, 6, as Jan has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Cejudo is the slight favorite. It's actually pretty close, which I'm not surprised, to be honest, because Peter Jan there for a hot minute, it looked like he was going to be an absolute savage at 135. He's running through guys. The untimely knee to Aljamain Sterling really, I think, fucked him up psychologically, because he just has not been the same since. And as far as it's brutal to see something like that happen to somebody that was just on a tear and beating a lot of tough guys. He beat John Dodson, he beat Uriah Faber, he beat Jimmy Rivera, too, going into this fight with Cejudo. And it's a tough fight. It's a very, very tough fight for him. But honestly, I think Jan has the advantage as far as stand-up-wise. I don't think Cejudo has the striking that Jan has, and if Jan can keep it standing, he's going to be a problem. But obviously, we're talking about a gold medalist in freestyle wrestling. Henry Cejudo is a savage as far as from a wrestling perspective. Though, to see what Aljamain Sterling did against Henry Cejudo was pretty impressive. Actually, not pretty impressive, very impressive. But he lost, obviously, Demetrius Johnson and Joseph Benavidez, which Benavidez is just crazy that he's always beating some of these top guys. But that was a split decision loss. He did get the split decision win over Demetrius Johnson, though, to become the flyweight champion, to finally stop Demetrius. And then he jumped up, obviously, to bantamweight, knocked out Dillashaw. And as far as he's keeping that run, was obviously a 2-belt champion now, just vacated the flyweight belt to mainly focus on 135. That's a good call for him. It's a good call. I mean, I get at flyweight, him being 5'4", I think that really works out for him more often than not, because a lot of the bantamweights you're going to see are 5'6", 5'7", even some are obviously very, very tall, like Sean O'Malley, obviously, who fights at, I think he's 5'10", it's a long, lengthy fucker. But that should be a fun co-main event, though, for sure. That might be the best thing on the card. Uriah, primetime Hall against Anderson the Spider Silva. Silva being a Blur Cuts Hat Picks favorite is fucking hilarious. But Uriah Hall, Anderson Silva, as far as cut from the same cloth, if you will. Uriah from New York. As far as with him, a guy that everyone assumed was going to be a absolute savage and at middleweight, like a top 5 guy at middleweight. It just never really happened. He obviously lost to Gaslam in the finals, split decision loss. Then a John Howard split decision loss too. Just a couple of split decision losses that didn't go his way. Then really the real killers of the middleweight division showed up. You know, Robert Whittaker, Brunson, Gegard Mousasi even losing to Gegard was pretty wild. And then Paulo Costa as well, losing to him. This could be a great jolt for Uriah Hall to get him back on that right track. It's just, that's a bit of a theme with Uriah Hall. Obviously, he had the big fight with Strickland. It was like, can he finally, can he get that big win to jump up, to get out of the kind of contingency of not being a top 5 middleweight anymore? Can he finally do it? He just could never get it done. But maybe we'll see it here. We shall see. As that's going to be a fun-ass fight, though. Obviously, Anderson Silva, though, at 44 years old, still an extremely successful stand-up guy. As far as if he can keep it standing, I think he's still got a great chance. But it's just wild he's fought Cannonier, Adesanya. He beat Derek Brunson, which is kind of wild to think about. Had the DC fight on short notice, which that was a obviously DC just ragdolled him to death for 15 minutes, but I get it though. At the same time, lost to Bisping, of course the Weidman loss. As far as, and then the leg break on a Weidman in the rematch just was never the same, unfortunately. But also, age, I think, definitely caught up to him. But you could, the run that he had, obviously an all-timer. You see the names he beat, it was just fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome. Unreal. Yeah, hard to believe. His first UFC fight, 2006. Fucking Chris Lieben. To go from that to still fighting here in 2020. Very, very cool. As our women's strawweight contest, Jessica Andrade and the Karate Michelle Waterson, as both are world-ranked strawweights, though, 6 and 7 on the rankings. Waterson trains at Jackson Wink MMA, which Andrade is 1-0 against other members of that team. Michelle Waterson, though, has won 3 of her last 5 fights by decision. She is the favorite on the Blaircat staff picks. I wouldn't count on Jessica Andrade at all, though. I think this is a lot closer than they're giving it, as far as I think Andrade, even though she, as far as Michelle Waterson, she could stand up with the best of them for sure. If it gets taken to the ground, she's going to have some problems. For sure, especially against Jessica Andrade. Because Andrade, for being a strawweight at 5'2", she actually has a lot of weight on her. She's pretty strong, pretty powerful. Of course, had the Zhang Weili crazy-ass finish in the first, getting knocked out. But yeah, it's the slam on Rose to get a massive win there. And of course, losing to Joanna Jędrzejczyk. They're, similar styles as far as they've beaten the same, not similar styles rather, but similar resumes as far as they've kind of beaten the same talent. But as far as Jessica Andrade, did start off as a bantamweight, now obviously down to strawweight, which seems to be her best weight for her. Because 5'2", that is tough to be at bantamweight. That is a tough weight to make, because you're just going to give up so much reach to a lot of different fighters. But yeah, this should be a fun strawweight contest. And then Big Ben Rothwell and Fabricio Verdum, two veterans of the heavyweight division. Of course, Fabricio Verdum hasn't won in a hot minute since November of 2017. Verdum, obviously, this is towards the tail end of his career. I'm pretty sure, as far as with this Rothwell fight, this is stylistically a great matchup for him. Again, he's won by armbar, he's won by guillotine. He had the triangle over Fedor with the armbar, which obviously was the first time Fedor lost. The guillotine over Mike Kyle. As far as he's fucking tapped out Big Nog. Crazy. Another crazy-ass resume. There was a moment in time, and kind of around this time, where everyone was like, Fabricio Verdum is probably the best heavyweight of all time. It's kind of crazy to think about that now, but when you looked at the resume and went, well, he beat Fedor, he's beaten Big Nog. As far as that, there was a lot of believable things, and especially after the Cain Velasquez win. It's like, well, when you beat Cain, Big Nog, Fedor, and Bigfoot Silva too, it's a pretty big deal. The only thing, obviously, he didn't beat Overeem, he didn't beat Dos Santos, and he didn't beat Arlovski. But those 2 guys, or those 3 guys specifically, are some of the best heavyweights of all time as well. But had the Overeem rematch, still lost by majority decision. If he didn't get knocked out by Stipe, too, if he would have beat Stipe, that would have been massive for the resume. But still, obviously, one of the best of all time, as far as from a heavyweight perspective. I think the big thing with him is because he has the amazing grappling ability as far as on the ground, but what he has that I don't think Big Nog had, and that was a great Muay Thai game, as far as being able to get somebody in the clinch and wear them the fuck out. We're probably going to see that here against Ben Rothwell, because obviously Ben has the size advantage. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with Fade, with Fade, or Fabrizio Verdum. It's kind of wild. Yeah, the Stefan Struth fight was pretty crazy to end out the year of 2019, but yeah, Arlovsky, Blagoy, Ivanov, and Junior Dos Santos as well. Same kind of resumes here. It's just obviously Rothwell's beaten Overeem, and also as far as he lost to Mark Hunt, which obviously Fabrizio Verdum beat him, and he also lost to Gabriel Gonzaga, and he also lost to Cain Velasquez. So similar as far as fights, but obviously sometimes on the losing end of things. Made his UFC debut at 104. Cheatin' Shogun back in 2009. Wild. Obviously, two veterans of the heavyweight scene. Gonna battle it out to kick off the show. That should be a fun-ass fight, though. And then Belal Muhammad against Lyman Good, as Good has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Belal Muhammad trains at Roof Sport, which Good is 0-1 against other members of that team. Belal is 3-5 in his last 5 fights as far as he's won by decision. First time they have fought. Good has the reach advantage, but I think Belal, just obviously from a wrestling perspective, is probably going to wrestle fuck him to death. We'll see, though. As far as Lyman the Cyborg, Good, yeah, he fought in fucking Chuck Norris's World Combat League, was on the Ultimate Fighter, won the first Bellator welterweight tournament, and then he ran into the Ben Askren wrestle fuck train. But a kickboxer, very, very exciting style, as far as a guy that, at least, I mean, the fight with Askren, which that was an actually exciting fight, the fact that he pushed Ben Askren to the point where he had to really watch out for everything and really fought to stand back up to keep the fight going. You have to give him credit for that, but the Damian Maia loss, very, very tough. It just sucks. He loses the grapplers. That just is what it is. And he's got one here in Belal Muhammad. We didn't really give him a lot of... we didn't give him a great matchup. It's just kind of the nature of the beast here, though. This is mixed martial arts. It's the belly of the beast, as far as if you're a kickboxer or a boxer, or any type of stand-up guy, you're going to run into a wrestler that's probably going to wrestle fuck you to death for 15 minutes. And as far as with Belal Muhammad, 16-3, 7-3 in the UFC, he lost in his debut. He lost to Vincent as well in his first pay-per-view fight at the Alvarez-McGregor pay-per-view, and then he lost to Geoff Neal recently, back in January. But as far as, hasn't had that big of a, the Tim Means win's probably his biggest one. Maybe even Randy Brown, other than that. He beat Takashi Sato in his previous fight there at the Khabib Poirier card at 242. This is a big fight for him. It's a big fight to get him on the right track, to really show off that he can not only... Maybe he'll try to box with him, though. We'll see. I think he's going to use his wrestling to his advantage, especially to kind of counteract that reach advantage, because you don't want to outbox somebody that's got that reach advantage. You're going to get fucked up. But we'll see. Could be wrong. Could be wrong on that one. But if I had to guess, if I was in his corner, that's the game plan. Take him down. As Julio Arce and Malizik, the gun, Baghdarsaryan, there we go. Every time I'm just like, I got it, and then I get fucked up halfway through his name. But Baghdarsaryan, making his UFC debut, he is the favorite over Julio, 6-1 of Lurk's Fat Picks, 3-1, but the former world kickboxing champion. I love it. The Armenian kickboxing kind of... There's a lot of great Armenians that are pretty solid kickboxers. As far as, especially with Malizik, as far as Baghdarsaryan, he is, went to K1, then went into MMA, was in Golden Boy Promotions as well before that. He's going to be a savage, for sure, especially at featherweight, because there's not a lot of guys that look to take you down. They look to stand up and fight, and that's going to be a tough matchup for a lot of guys. There's another kickboxer, though, in Julio Arce. This should be a fun fight. Probably going to be potentially the best fight on the prelim. But his weight class is mainly at bantamweight, but it's someone at 5'7". I felt like he could fight at featherweight we'll see, though. We'll see how it plays out, because that's going to be a fun-ass fight. And Jared Flash Gordon in against Magmad Mustafayev as Mustafayev. Oh my god, I always fuck it up. But Mustafayev is the underdog going into this fight against Jared Gordon. Jared Flash Gordon is 15-4 from New York, Queens, New York to be exact. 3-3. Just lost to Oliveira, which obviously it's Charles Oliveira. Can't really fault him there. And he lost to Carlos Diego Ferreira. He's fought some savages. Just kind of give him a tough break there. So this is a nice little bounce back fight for him. Plus, I think stylistically, stand-up wise, he's gonna give Magmad some problems, but Magmad is obviously a Russian Sambo guy. You're either gonna get a Dagestan savage or just a flat-out Sambo savage in there, and you're gonna get that here. He lost to Kevin Lee, but he beat Rafael Vaziev in his previous fight, which obviously Rafael Vaziev turns into one of the top lightweights in the world, so not a bad win at all by any means. This is a massive fight for both guys, though. That's going to be a fun prelim fight as well. And then Kinnan, the Assassin Song, against Randy Rude Boy Brown. Randy Brown is the big betting line favorite for this one. As Song, 15-5 from China, one of the top welterweights in China. But as far as has a pretty solid game all around, I would say probably his wrestling is probably his biggest strength. Don't think he really has the stand-up striking to really push things in the welterweight division. But we'll see, though. We shall see. Mainly for him, I think the big thing for Randy Brown is he's going to use his size advantage at 6'2". Was, as far as Jamaican native, moved to New York City. But you see that a lot. There's a lot of, obviously Kingston, and you're going to see a lot of even Uriah Hall. He has the Jamaican background. Randy Brown's a tough guy to crack at welterweight. 6'2" welterweight is very, very tough. But a boxer, he's someone that uses that reach to his advantage, that size to his advantage. Really, the big thing with him is, again, if he takes on somebody like Bilal Muhammad, who has a wrestling background or has some type of wrestling, usually takes some problems. But he did beat Mickey Gall, so there is that at UFC 217. But that's going to be a good challenge for him at welterweight, to have his size. If he can get his wrestling down, or at least his takedown defense down, he's going to be a guy to watch out for. As as far as we get to see, the one of two Nurmagomedovs on this card. Alex, the Executioner Reyes, taking on Usman. Nurmagomedov making his debut on his cousin's main pay-per-view card. He's looking to maul Alex Reyes. We'll see if that exactly happens. So 13-3. He is the older brother of Dominic Reyes. So we have a older brother of a top light heavyweight, and we have, of course, a cousin to the best fighter in the world, at least in this point in time. We shall see how he does, because he lost to Mike Perry, which that's a tough debut, first of all. Mike Perry's a savage. But he hasn't fought since 2017, so it's been a while. Usman Nurmagomedov, though, coming into the UFC with a 14-0 record, was at Bellator. Now here, of course, the Dagestanian Sambo fighter that's going to be an absolute savage at 23 years old. Those Dagestan Russian fighters are problems. They are absolute problems. Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight for Alex Reyes. That is for sure. And to kick off the prelim, Takashi Sato against Dwight Clark. Dwight Clark being the New York native. 10-2, though, as a welterweight. 35 years old, though. So, not a spring chicken by any means. 10-2, 2-1 in the UFC. It's on a 2-fight win streak, though. And he did beat Alan Joban in his previous fight, in a split decision win, which that was actually a really good fight. That was also from the Holloway Poirier 2 card at 236. As for Takashi Sato, we saw that he lost to Bilal Muhammad in his last fight, but he did beat Ben Saunders in his debut. So looking to bounce back and get a win here. But this should be a pretty exciting fight, though, because Takashi Sato has a bit of a karate background, more so. Definitely striking for sure, and obviously his style being striking, but I will say this, I think he's a guy that can get into the clinch, fuck you up for a little bit, get you up against the cage, and use his the karate background when it's in close, in the clinch, and really rain down some heavy strikes. We'll see, though. We'll see how this plays out, as this is going to be an interesting one to kind of dictate who's going to win here, because it's very, very close on the betting lines. Both guys have a fight camp as well, Sanford MMA for Takashi Sato. The pit elevated for Dwight Grant. You figured the hometown native would look to get a big win to kick off this show, plus the size advantage, too, at 6-1, but we'll see. It is very, very close on the betting lines. Mario Masaki's our referee. Cage side judges there. Grant, being from home crowd, gets a large cheer there. As here we go. Round 1 begins. They touch gloves. Neither fighter can land a good strike. There's a takedown attempt, but Sato stops it. Again, trying to get him up against the cage, but it's not really happening now. Yeah, but now he's got him stuck against the cage. Stalemate now. Not the greatest of starts as far as from the excitement standpoint. And there we go. Sato gets out of there. Now he's trying to force a strike exchange. There's two kind of left hands from Dwight Grant, as Sato, that with a right jab and a big left hand. That's a nice little 1-2. Can't connect with the jab. Lands the big left hand, though. Sato's really finding that left hand. There's a 1-2 from Sato that fails to land. Doing a good job, though, of still just throwing strikes. Looking to get something going, though. Can't land another 1-2 combination. There's a jab from Grant. There's a nice left hand after the straight right that lands hard as well. As Sato now looking for the body kick. It's a good shot there. Looking for the takedown. He's got it. It's a single leg, does Dwight Grant. And he's looking to keep him down to the end of the round. So yeah, big takedown to end out the round. I do think, I agree with the little sim fella here. I guess maybe narrator is probably more on brand. I think he did more damage. Even though Dwight Clark had the takedown, he did land more strikes. I just think from a damage perspective, Sato did more. Plus, I think he pushed the fight a little bit more. I would give that first round to him. We'll see what happens in the second. Throw some strikes and left head kick, but Grant defends them all well. Looking for another takedown. That gets stopped. Lucas start off the second round exactly how he started off the first round, by trying to grind him out against the cage. Sato's still stuck against the cage. Not looking good. Close quarters boxing for about a minute. Finally, Yamasaki's going to separate him. There's a great counter from Grant, who sees the head kick coming and hits a left hook. Jabs wide from Sato, lands a straight left hand, that lands hard, and shoulder touchdown. Grant stunning his opponent, looking to get a counter going here to end out the second. As there's a right cross, and here comes a counter from Sato with a brace of jabs followed by a left hook. As there's slipping past the right hook attempt from Sato, looking for a quick right jab and a great left hook. Grant again looking for his takedown, still can't get him down. Yeah, whenever Dwight Grant feels like he's in trouble, he shoots for that takedown. They give it to 10-9 Sato there as well. I actually think it's 19-19 going into the third. I would say one round for Sato, another round for Grant, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a scorecard that has it 2018 going into the final round, as we'll see. So here we go. Grant looking for the takedown. Again, that gets stuffed. Got him up against the cage. Got him controlled against the cage. Short punch to the body there for about a minute. Grant still keeping up against the cage. A couple of short punches to the body on the side of the head. Sato still is finally breathing a little heavier, but he's still landing shots. There's a left hand from the body after landing the jab. There's a jab and a left hand from Sato. There's a jab and a big left hand again. Jab is wide from Sato and hits him with a straight left. Lands a left cross, lands hard. Grant is trying to get some takedowns going, but even with that reach advantage, it seems like Sato's doing a really, really good job so far. Can't hit the separate jab. Lands the roundhouse kick to the body, though. There's a crunching left hook. Sato defends another takedown and able to get him down, so he's got him against the cage again. I actually think Sato won that round for sure. That one, I would say he definitely won that one. We'll see how the judges score it. 29-28, but 30-27s for the majority of that. So Takashi Sato wins by unanimous decision. That is pretty hilarious to think about. I mean, I don't know how you don't give the second to him. Oh well, though. As far as even with the third, I bet he outstruck. Oh no, he didn't. That was actually the one round where he did outstrike him. I think he won the first. I think he won the third. You could have honestly argued that he won the first, though. That was probably the closest out of if you had to dictate. But he definitely won the second. I don't know what those 30-27s were all about, but tough break for Dwight Grant. But what a great win for Takashi Sato, though. What a great... I mean, that shows you what type of striker he can be. He was throwing punches in bunches, for sure. As thanks everyone connected to Sanford MMA, all of his various sponsors as well for supporting him financially, and praises Grant for the tough fight. As Alex the Executioner Reyes and Usman Nurmagomedov looking to make it 15-0. And of course, Alex Reyes looking to get his first win in the UFC. The other cage side judges, here we go, they touch gloves. Reyes looking confident, looking to short the range here. Obviously, I would say he's the stand-up favorite, but if it goes obviously anywhere close to the ground, Usman Nurmagomedov will be the one in control. He catches him with the right hook there, does Reyes. And then Usman still looking to get something going with a takedown, but some great strikes here from Reyes. Another right cross that lands hard. Now Usman looking for that takedown. He's got the takedown, and now he is in Nurmagomedov's world, is Alex Reyes. Trying to lean back to avoid a couple of wild swings with Reyes from the bottom. He's doing a good job as far as trying to get things rolling from the bottom, does Reyes, but he's just in no man's land pretty much. Reyes is trying to catch him with a punch. It's off target, though. Reyes is doing a good job at least landing strikes from the bottom. Dan Miragliotta's going to stand him back up. Usman's going right back down with it, though, with another takedown. And, yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone expected anything different from that first round. Obviously, 10-9 for Usman Nurmagomedov. We'll see how the second round starts off. Yep, takedown attempt, and he's got it. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to fight Nurmagomedov, you better have your takedown defense on display, because you will get fucked up. And that is what we're seeing right here. But Reyes is at least punching from the bottom, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to have to go for an elbow or something to try to get a cut. Something. He's got to do something here. Fires off some right hands, but Reyes isn't shy by the strikes here. Miragliotta stands him up again. So we'll see what they do when they get stood up for the second time in this fight. Jabs wide, hits the right hand, and Usman going right back down. Yep, just going to fucking destroy him from a wrestling perspective. 2018 on the scorecard. Reyes needs a finish, and he is not going to get it, though. I mean, hold on here. We get a neck crank from Usman. Well, remains calm, though. I thought we went for a finish there. I'm glad he at least went for it to try to get a finish here in the third. But yeah, he just doesn't have to get caught here. He'll win off of just the scorecard, which looks like it's going to happen. But we'll see, though. They're standing up again, and yep, we're going right back down. Nuts. Yeah, lands away. Does Usman here, as Reyes is definitely blowing up at this point. I mean, you're just going to get ragged all to death. Just is what it is. Usman Nurmagomedov, making it 15-0. Light work. How do you not give him a 30-27 round there, sir? That is crazy. But yeah, Usman Nurmagomedov, I'm assuming he landed 111 strikes in 15 minutes. That's tough. That is big tough. Just absolute destruction. He wants Chris Duncan next. I kind of hope he gets someone that can actually wrestle with him, but we'll see. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough, because he's a guy that no one wants to fight. You know, he's going to be a problem for sure. So he thanks all of his sponsors for backing him. Also thanks his family, friends, supporters. Should be a fun fight, though, if they do get the Chris Duncan fight, because that's definitely another styles clash. It's Randy Rude Boy Brown against Kenan the Assassin Song, as minus 500 for the favorite in Randy Brown. We'll see how the New York native can do. See if he'll have a better showing than we saw in the opening fight of the prelim, but Yamasaki's our referee. Cage side judges there. Roar from the crowd there as Randy Brown enters. Here we go. Fight begins. They touch gloves. Exchange of strikes happens in the center of the cage. Nothing really comes of it, though. There's a powerful straight right from Randy Brown and knocks him down. Looking to finish the fight here on a stunned Song, and he is landing a lot of big-time shots, and they stop the fight. No surprise here for Randy Brown, who uses his striking as reach advantage to knock him down and get the finish in the first round. Great performance from Randy Brown, making it 13-3. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem at welterweight, that is for sure. It's Magomad and Jared Gordon, as we'll see how Jared Gordon do as the favorite. Minus 400 favorite, that makes sense. I thought it would be a little bit closer, but a minus 400 favorite is pretty crazy in all respect, because he's a very, very good fighter. Very, very good. Sir Bean, our referee, cage side judges there. Jared Gordon, though, another good reaction from the hometown native, as Mustafayev is spending the instructions and the introduction, stretching, preparing himself for battle here. They touch gloves. Exchange strikes happens right in the center of the cage. Nothing comes of it, though. Gordon is pressuring him now. There's a left hand that misses him. Mustafayev, as he's, again, feet causing him to open on one side here. There's a nice jab. A nice right hand, rather, but it doesn't connect with the jab. Again, can't hit the jab, but it's a straight right hand on Gordon. So both guys are missing on their jabs. There's a counter left hand from Mustafayev. Left jab and a straight right from Gordon. Nice little 1-2. There's a counter jab from Mustafayev. 1-2, but Mustafayev was equal to it. So far, this has not gone exactly how I thought this was going to be. I didn't think there was going to be a stand-up battle in the first 2 minutes. Counter left hand from Mustafayev. Flurry of 4 punches comes in from Jared Flash Gordon as 2 of them land, but then Mustafayev avoids the big right punch. It comes forward and 2 fighters exchange some strikes. And there's a counter left, doesn't connect though. Attacking with some quick flurry again. Gordon, as he lands 3 out of the 3 punches and hits Mustafayev with a straight right. See what, there's a counter left hand from Mustafayev. 2 quick punches from Gordon. Doesn't hit either of them. Now looking for the takedown from Gordon. Doesn't get it though. Got him against the cage. Looking for the takedown against the cage. Still can't take him down. Unreal. They get him this time. Nope. Mustafayev doing a very, very good job of stopping these takedowns. He can't stop that one though, unfortunately. His takedown's complete. What a first round for Jared Gordon though. As that is... Oh wow, Jared Gordon's already up too quick. So he's grabbed side control before Mustafayev can get up. Yeah, I thought he was going to catch him there once he got side control, but great first round from Jared Gordon. Mustafayev did a very, very good job of being able to stop those takedowns for as long as he could, but just could not do it in the end of the round. See what happens here in the second. About that again. Gordon, rather, looks to get a shot in, but Mustafayev simply took the initiative first, as there's a 1-2 combination. Gordon avoids both of them. And then they stand on trade in the center of the cage. Nothing really comes of it, though. Gordon's still... He's breathing a little deeper now, but he's still moving well. As Mustafayev trying to get him close, Gordon does a good job of hitting it. As after the jab that misses, hits the straight right hand. Counter left hand from Mustafayev. Can't connect the sub strike. Scores with the right cross. There's a takedown attempt. It's a brilliant sprawl from Gordon, though. There's several clean shots now after the sprawl. Looking for the knee strike, but Mustafayev's up too quickly, though. 2 left hands in the exchange. Quick flurry of 3 punches from Gordon. All of them hit. Holman scores the right cross. Gordon with the takedown. He's got it. It's a single leg, too. So great takedown, because he might have sealed his round here. As Mustafayev trying to sweep from the bottom. Not happening now. Fires off some punches. Tries to drag him in close. Control here. Hits a couple of short punches. Passes guard. Can't quite secure side control, however, as now it's a scramble. Neither fighter getting anything going. Gordon stalks forward. Pressuring Mustafayev. As now he's got him into the pocket. Does Gordon has a left jab and a big right hand. Misses the jab, lands a leg kick though. There's a left hand from Gordon. Good round from Jared Gordon. Again, he's had a great showing. Great showing. Because Mustafayev's a lot better than a plus 310 underdog. And he's been putting on a great display as Jared Gordon. Very, very impressed with how he's done. Mustafayev with a takedown though to start off the third. Great sprawl again from Jared Gordon. As Gordon with a left hand and the right cross. Falls for the feet. See what we see? Misses the right hook. Here comes a counter from Gordon. As he hits a pair of jabs, followed by a right hook that's ducked. Gordon's now, I think the fatigue has definitely crept in now. I don't think he's got the stamina now to really keep going like he has been the past 2 rounds, but we'll see. That was a nice 1-2. Mustafayev, though, still goes to that takedown, but another brilliant sprawl from Jared Gordon. I don't know how he's doing it. Another great sprawl again. Unreal. Cannot the sub left jab, hits the straight right hand. There's a cut underneath the eye. I just don't know how he still has the stamina and the energy to stop these takedowns. Unreal. Unreal. As now Mustafayev right cross comes in, misses. Here comes the counter. It's a left hand from Gordon. Jab connects, misses the big right hand. Minute left. Misses the big right hand. Here comes a counter with a jab and a right hook. Gordon is looking shattered here. Initiates a clinch to buy some recovery time. Mustafayev's trying to get him against the cage, looking for the trip. He finally takes him down, but it's a little too late. That would have been a great fight to see go 5 rounds, because I think Mustafayev had the stamina to keep going. And he probably would have been able to finish him in the 4th or the 5th, the way that was going. That was very, very interesting. But yeah, obviously, Jared Gordon's going to win 30-27, but that was an interesting fight to really see from a perspective of, not only Jared Gordon was fantastic for the first, I would say, 12 minutes, but those last 3 minutes, it really looked like Mustafayev was really kicking into another gear. So just from a stamina perspective, Mustafayev is going to be a problem, but yeah, just a tough break. Tough break there, because Jared Gordon's a savage. But Sanford MMA is having a great start, as they're 2 for 2 for the night. Various sponsors, he praises various sponsors, all of his fans came and support him. As showing respect, he praises Mustafayev for his skill and toughness. He's a charismatic interviewer, though. And we shall see how this one plays out, though, because this should not go to the ground between Julio Arce and Melizik the Gun Baghdarsaryan, rather, as Baghdarsaryan is the slight favorite. Actually, he's the slight underdog, excuse me. Is he minus 150, minus 110? Makes sense for somebody that has that fight experience, but just he is such a savage in there. That's going to be a fun-ass fight. Margaliata's our referee. Gauge side judges. Big roar from Julio Arce there. The hometown kid from Queens. We'll see how this fight plays out, though. Touch of gloves. Baghdarsaryan steps forward, looking to strike. Got him in the pocket. 2 right hands from Baghdarsaryan. Julio avoids the kick to the body. Quick exchange of strikes doesn't produce anything. Now he's stalking forward. 2 kind of left hands from Arce. There's just a flurry here. Lands all 4 of them. Hits him with a body kick, too. Man, there's a counter jab from Julio. Oh, my God. Baghdarsaryan is just lighting him up. But he evades the big left punch, does Julio Arce. 2 jabs on the right hand from Julio Arce. That's a good 3-punch combination. Ooh, there's a 1-2, and then a fucking leg kick. Brutal. That's a great combination. A nice slow 1-2 into the leg kick. Solid stuff. Baghdarsaryan, though, with another flurry. Lands 2 of the 5, as he lands all the 2 of the punches, but then goes for the body kick off the combination, but it's avoided in the last possible second. Counter jab from Julio Arce. Boy, another fucking shot that lands home. Steps back to avoid the high left head kick. That probably would have been a fight in there if that would have connected. Baghdarsaryan with another 4 quick punch combination. 2 of them land. Arce avoids the kick to the body, though. That's the setup. Misses all of the strikes, though, in a combination there. So now Julio has his chance to clinch up with him and take him down. I can't believe Baghdarsaryan stopped that, to be honest. Looking for it again. Still doesn't take him down. What a great round from Baghdarsaryan, though. It is up 10-9. First year in the first. Jab lands, right hand's blocked. Baghdarsaryan, though, with another combination. 4 out of the 5 land doesn't land the left hand of the body, though. That ends out the combination. Oh, man, it's a glancing blow from a high kick from the counter. Baghdarsaryan, though, is starting to slow down. So we'll see how Julio can do if he can keep this fight going with this type of pace. He might be able to catch him in the third and tire him out. We'll see. But there's a leg kick there. Or rather, a 4 quick punch. Misses the leg kick, rather, from Baghdarsaryan. He rolls the shoulders, looking to relax here. Halfway point in the second now. Arce is definitely feeling it. He's been getting fucked up for the majority of this fight. He's been missing with those low kicks, but those low kicks start to connect. He's really going to be fucking him up here. As Arce's doing a good job of dodging him, but those punches are coming in bunches. For sure. There's another quick punch combination. He scores the left cross, too. My God, connects the jab, misses the spin kick, though. Cannot believe it. Arce, though, is just... I can't believe he hasn't went down, but he's been getting fucked up. Another 10-9 round from Baghdarsaryan. Arce needs to finish here in the third and final round. There's a couple of jabs, a nice left to the body. There's a nice uppercut, though, after the 2-punch combination. Man, oh man, Arce with a couple of jabs. The right hook's blocked. Baghdarsaryan, though, scores a quick flurry here. 2 punches, then misses with a spin kick. He's definitely he's running on E, basically, I would say, here in the third. There's a left jab, but finds his right cross is blocked. There's another 4-punch combination into the left cross. He knocks him down with him, though. He finally stuns him. Let's see if he can finish the fight here, and he does. He just put the fucking featherweight division on notice. At 145, you're going to have to bring it against Baghdarsaryan, because he fucking threw punches and bunches, was landing so many great combinations, was going for every part of the body. Leg kicks, body shots, combinations to obviously the head, like just tremendous stuff. Tremendous stuff. That was a tough fight for Julio Arce. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a problem, for sure. As Baghdarsaryan, though, gives a name check to everyone at Hawaii Elite MMA officer sponsors, all of his friends, famous supporters, celebrates his UFC debut victory, and says he's already looking forward towards his next fight. As our main event of the prelim, I mean, Lyman Cyborg Good is in phenomenal shape for this one against Belal Muhammad, but just, I think Muhammad's going to have to wear him down, though. I think the wrestling is going to be too much for him. We'll see. We'll see. Hasn't been great for the New York natives, though. Hasn't been a great prelim for him. Herb Dean's the referee. Cage side judges there. Here we go. As fight begins. Good misses the right cross. Here comes the counter. It's a pair of jabs followed by a leg kick. 2-punch combination from Good. A quick left and straight right. Now Muhammad now with two flurries of quick punches though, and then lands the right hand. There's a cut underneath the eye of Lyman Good. As Muhammad though scores with a right punch. Flurry of punches misses off the head kick from Bilal. Now Good lands the left jab, lands a leg kick to the body, left kick to the body as well. Man, Good's doing a good job pushing the pace. Bilal Muhammad looking to get something going. There's a 1-2 from Good that fails to land. He's been trying to outstrike him, has Bilal Muhammad. I probably would have went with this strategy, but we'll see. As a left jab, Kate at the right cross. As now Bilal Muhammad, though, scores 2 punches out of a sudden flurry, then connects with the right hand. There's a counter from Muhammad there for the right. Counters the right hand with a sequence of jabs followed by a quick kick. Doing a good job, though. I will say that. As Good with a jab. Also is off target with a head kick, though. Some flurry of punches from Bilal Muhammad again. I think he won that round, though. It was a great round. It's pretty close, though. Pretty close. But I think the cut that opened him up definitely, from a damage perspective, and I think he probably did a little bit more throughout the fight. Throughout that first round, rather. As Good comes forward and the two fighters start trading blows. There's a pair of jabs in the exchange from Bilal Muhammad. Now there's a jab that's wide, but hits the straight right hand. And there's a left hand exchange from Muhammad. 1-2 from Good, fails to land. There's 2 counter left hands from Bilal Muhammad. Good 1-2 from Good. That somehow Bilal Muhammad avoided both of them. Good misses the right hook. Here comes another counter. It's a sequence of jabs followed by a hook to the body. Doesn't connect, though. It's Good with a left jab. Misses the head kick attempt. There's 2 jabs in the right hand. And now he's reopened that gash underneath the eye. Lyman Good as Good misses the big right hand. Here comes Bilal Muhammad with another counter of a good right hook, followed by some jabs. There's a jab and a right cross. There's a jab and a right cross as well from Good. Both guys trading some good strikes here. Here comes a pair of jabs. Followed by a right cross that just misses, though, from Bilal Muhammad off the counter. Scores with a jab, doesn't find the mark on the right hook. Another kick to the lead leg. That's a good call to go with the combination there to end out with a leg kick. Another quality round, though, and I think another 10-9 round from Bilal Muhammad. So Good needs a finish if he wants to win this fight. Misses the right hook. Here comes a counter with a left jab and a right cross that just misses. Good with a couple of jabs and a right hook that's blocked. So good job by Muhammad to answer the call there. 2 flurry of quick punches that lands the left hand of the body. And both guys are starting to feel the fatigue now, creeping in. And there's a quick punch that followed by a leg kick. Good scores with a jab. Also has a right hand taking on the gloves. Dodges the right hand and he counterattacks with a left kick to the ribs. Muhammad scores with a flurry of punches here. And there's 3 punches and then a low kick that doesn't connect, though. Oh, Good with a fucking right head kick that rocked him. He might have him here in the third. Right cross thumps into Muhammad now. There's a big right hand. Snaps his head back. What a fucking comeback for Lyman Good. Down in the scorecards, needed that big head kick. He found his mark and hits the big upset win. Awesome stuff. That was huge. 22nd victory for him, and just a massive comeback. Massive. Unreal. Thought Bilal Muhammad had that one, but again, you'll have to look at that from a perspective of a bad game plan. Had him in the first and the second, didn't even try to go for any takedowns in the third. You might as well coast when you're up on the scorecards like that, but just brutal. What a comeback, though, for Lyman Good, as he thanks everyone connected to American Top Team Portland. Loves various sponsors for supporting him, and also, as far as gives a show of respect for Bilal Muhammad as a tough fight. As what a fight, though. What a prelim that was. There was actually a lot of good fights on that prelim. As now, on the main card, Big Ben Rothwell and Fabricio Verdum. 31-12, 23-8-1. Both guys are in the minuses for this one. This has been a pretty close card here. It's kind of crazy. It's the one prelim fight that had, besides the Randy Brown win, that had kind of the craziest odds. Saw the underdog get the win. So, I mean, this is going to be a hell of a fight, though. Both some big-ass heavyweights at 6'4" and 6'5", 265, 242. Massive. Damian Lillard is our referee again. Cage side judges there. Verdum giving up at least 20 pounds. We'll see how this one comes out as they come together and strike. There's a strike, but without success from both fighters. A right hand that's blocked. No guy has landed a shot here in the first 30 seconds. There we go. There's a right cross from Verdum. There's a clean right hand from Rothwell. There's a right cross that's blocked from Rothwell. There's a leg kick, doesn't connect though. Takedown dim from Verdum. He's got the single leg. Looking for the leg lock. Doesn't get it though. Looking to sweep now. Looking for another leg lock. Defends him well. Does Rothwell. Yeah, Verdum looking to get side control. He's got side control with ease. Looking for a Von Flue choke. Defends that well as well. Fires away with some punches now. And that's the end of the first round. Very, very quick round. As far as just once Verdum got him down, that was pretty much it. But yeah, obviously 10-9 there for Verdum. See what happens here with Rothwell. Misses the big right hand. Here comes a counter. It's a left jab and a right hook to the body that fails to land, though. They're not really doing a whole lot there standing-wise. They're kind of swinging and missing for the most part. But there's a beautiful straight right, though, from Rothwell. He's starting to feel the fatigue, though. Starting to lower his hands a little bit. There's a right cross. Here comes a counter from Verdum with a left jab and a right hook that's ducked. Misses the right hook. Gets countered with a jab and a low kick that doesn't connect. Rothwell's clinched up now, looking shattered. Rothwell is pretty much on E at this point, already halfway through the second. Trying to get him against the cage. Can't do it, though. Got him that time, though. Knee strike to the ribs. Hard stomp now. Some elbows. Trying to get some dirty boxing going. And look at that. As Rothwell wrestles free out of that. Now Verdum is starting to slow down. We'll see what happens in the final 60 seconds of the round. Nice 1-2 from Verdum. Great right hook from Rothwell. And there's a fucking head kick attempt from Rothwell, but he comes back with a right cross. Oh no, he pushes aside the weak head kick. Never mind, that was a counter. I see it. And now Verdum's starting to slow down. Hits the jab, can't hit the right cross. There's a good right hand from Rothwell. Even though he's very, very tired, he's landing some big shots. There's a right cross to end out the second. And that was a good round from both guys. They gave it to Rothwell. That's actually pretty surprising. I know he landed a lot of big shots there towards the end. I would probably still give it to Verdum if it was me, but I like it for the sake of it being dead even going into the final round. 1-2 from Verdum. There's a right cross from Rothwell. Trying to get a takedown attempt going, but couldn't take the initiative. There's a crunching straight right on the jaw. Knocked him down. Verdum is in big trouble here in the third. Can he hang on here? He's clearly hurting Mauricio Verdum here. Skillfully moves to full guard. Imagine he comes back here. There's a short, sharp shoulder smash, though, onto Verdum. Another one again. Elbow to the top of the head. Looking for it, but he gets smothered instead. Another quick shoulder smash. I'm waiting for a triangle or something to catch him from the bottom. There it is. Waiting for the triangle. Great skill, though, from Ben Rothwell to twist out of that and get side control as well. Because he was in danger, for sure, to catch him. Well, he's got him back in full guard. Oh, boy. Another quick shoulder smash. It just takes one armbar like that to end it there. Tough break for Ben Rothwell. But Mauricio Verdum is a goddamn savage. You can't get him in the full guard because he will get caught. And just a brutal loss for Rothwell. Because if you, depending on how you score that one. Because honestly, I thought it was 2018 going into the third. But if it was 19-19, he definitely won that round with the knockdown. It was doing a lot of damage. But man, caught him last 20 seconds of the fight. Unreal. What a win, though, for Mauricio Verdum. What an opener, too. That was actually really, really awesome. Thought that first round was a bit of a dud, but they got it rocking and rolling afterwards. But yeah, it gives an interest of it at Kings MMA, all his share sponsors, all his friends, family, supporters. It gives names a local club. He invites everyone to a local, post-show winners party to celebrate his victory. But yeah, Mauricio Verdum with a major, major win there to kick off the main card of the pay-per-view. As Jessica Andrade against the karate hottie Michelle Waterson, 20-7, 17-7. Slight favorite, and Michelle Waterson. I don't get it, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I just think it's going to be a lot closer than that. We shall see. As Herb Dean's the referee. Cage side judges, here we go. As the start of the first round, they touch gloves. Forces strike exchange does Michelle Waterson. Moves into the pocket. Jab lands with a vicious right hand misses from Waterson. There's a counter jab from Andrade. Nice little 1-2 from Waterson. Counter jab from Andrade. Fools over the feint. Lands 2 jabs, misses the big right hand. Counter jab from Andrade. Another feint that's bought. Misses the low kick, though, after the jab that lands. Yep, Andrade again looking for some grappling, but Waterson's doing a good job. There's a jab and a spin kick to the ribs. 2 counter left hands from Andrade. Doesn't trouble our opponent with a combination with a high right head kick. Lands the jab, fails on the body kick though, does Andrade. She's looking for that head kick, is Michelle Waterson. Hasn't landed it yet though, but I'm sure if she does, that might be it. Can't hit the sub left jab, hits the low kick though to the front leg. There's a left hook from Andrade, there's another leg kick from Waterson. It's a smart idea, go for those leg kicks. They meet in the center now, as Andrade misses the big right hand. Here comes big shot here that's putting off balance. So Waterson attacks with a left hook to the side of the body off the counter. Counter jab misses from Andrade. There's a great right hook after she misses the side left jab. 2 counter left hands from Andrade again. As, let's see what we can get anything going here in the last 20-some odd seconds. Waterson with a left jab. Andrade avoids the big right, though. Andrade with a solid right hand. Here comes the counter from Andrade. That was a pretty good round from both girls. I mean, Waterson's probably up on the scorecard, which is no surprise. I would like to kind of see the fight metrics, actually. Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, not a bad first round for both girls, though, as we'll see how it starts off here for Waterson with a, she misses the right hook, misses the shot to the body, does Andrade. Did she go for another one, or did not skip? Okay, as far as I was like, what the fuck's going on? It's a left jab that misses, that lands, rather, from Andrade, but she misses the roundhouse kick to the body. Nice little 1-2 from Waterson. Jab lands, no power behind it at all. There's a quick flurry, though, from Waterson. Great combination. Sees all of them hit home and then hits the leg kick. Andrade looking at her corner. John glancing, looking to see if she can get something going here. Counters the right hand with a left jab at a right cross. It just misses. She's doing a good job off the counter. She's just not landing a lot of big-time strikes. It's kind of been her big thing that I've seen from her. But Waterson coming again off the strike, pushing the pace. Counter jab again. Flurry of 3 punches, all of them land, but Andrade evades the big right punch. Counter left hand from Andrade. 2 jabs, and then a spin kick to the ribs. Waterson with a left cross. There's a powerful right hook after the jab. Knocks her down. Look at the finish of the fight here is Jessica Andrade. Massive right hand. Stops the fight. Another upset. Another upset here. Herb Dean stops the fight there in the second round. What a great win for Jessica Andrade. I figured so. Listen, I was hyping her up. She's a savage in there, and I just felt like Waterson, she's a great, just as far as like a point fighter, not really looking to finish fights or anything. She just does not have that knockout ability anymore. Her big thing is definitely landing strikes in punches, and as far as landing them and outstriking her opponent and getting the win through the scorecard, where Andrade's looking to knock people the fuck out, and it's a different type of striking, as Andrade thinks everyone connected to our Nova Uneo. I always forget how to pronounce it, but for helping her prepare for the fight. Also, our sponsors for supporting her financially. She praises Waterson for the tough fight, though, as our potential retirement fight for Anderson the Spider Silva, taking on Uriah Prime Time Hall. Look at the difference in bodies there. We might see an old man get murdered here. It's crazy that he is such a strong favorite. I don't get it at all, but if he wins, it would be pretty electric. Dean staying out there, cage side judges. Loud ovation from Uriah Hall here, which is, obviously we get a loud ovation for Anderson Silva as well, but A-touch gloves, A-engage, misses the right hook. It's kind of a quick kick from Anderson Silva. Silva with the left, slipping past the right hook and encounters the left hand. Yeah, Silva's a great counter striker, and you're seeing it here. Even with age, he's still being able to piece him up with a jab and a right kick to the rib cage, rather. Misses the right hook, gets kind of the right kick to the body. So far, we're seeing Anderson Silva just be a counter master right now. Unreal. Doesn't connect with a roundhouse kick to the body. Misses all the left jab, also misses a spin kick too, man. Just can't hit him. Hall now dodges the left hand, counterattacks with a jab and a quick kick to the lead leg. Right kick to the body. There's a good 1-2 from Uriah Hall. Silva glancing up at the clock. Another 1-2 from Silva this time. A counter couple of jabs from Uriah Hall, then lands the right hook. Yeah, neither fighter can really land a telling strike there. Tries to go for the kick, but body can't get it though. Off target with the left jab. Also comes up short with the body kick. Quick exchange of strikes doesn't lead to anything. There to end out the first. There's still a little bit of time though, about 10 seconds, 15 seconds now. Uriah Hall was a 2-punch combination, quick left and straight right. Scores with a brace jabs, also it's a roundhouse kick to the body, though. As what a round for Anderson Silva. He's up on the scorecard. He's up 10-9. We'll see what happens here in the second. Another left roundhouse kick to the body. Nice little 1-2. Left hand's blocked, though. Glancing high kick. kick to the lead leg there from Uriah Hall. The blood is visible, though, on Uriah Hall. It's kind of underneath the eye. Doesn't connect to the jab. Hits the right cross, though. There's a crunching kick to the thigh. And now Uriah Hall is limping after that one. There's a left hand. Misses the right jab. Scores with the right kick to the body. Silva's way off target with a high kick that's off target. Here comes a left hook to the ribs. Uriah Hall still, he's breathing a little heavier now, and he's taking some damage to those legs, especially with those side kicks. Going for another high kick is off, and it's only a glancing blow, though, as Hall goes to the body with a left kick. And there's a jab, but he's well off target off the head kick. There's a nice 1-2 that sets up a nice uppercut. See what happens here. Silva with a jab. Here comes a counter from Uriah Hall. It's a flurry of 3 punches that fail to land, but he hits the spinning kick to the body. Now Silva's starting to slow down. Silva spins past the, slips past rather, not spins past, but he slips past the right hook and counters with the right jab and a spin kick. I'm going to check on the cut. Not a fight ender. We're back underway with 2 minutes left in the second. There's going for the body kick there as Uriah Hall is off target with a left jab, but hits the right cross. Uriah Hall still noticeably limping around this octagon. Silva uses the right jab, misses the left hand. There's a brace of jabs, also followed by a left kick to the body. As Uriah Hall misses the right hook, it's kind of the right kick to the ribs. So far, we're seeing both guys going tick for tat here in the second. That was a great round, though. I mean, 10-9 for Silva. I personally thought it's very, very close. I know Hall was cut up. I think Uriah Hall won that round, personally. I think it should be 19-19 going into the third. We'll see, though. According to the narrator here, he's got it 2018 Silva. There's a great right hook, though, from Uriah Hall. Oh, there's a stiff head kick. Probably knocked him down. He did. Can Anderson Silva finish the fight here in the third? He does. Unfucking real. A 44-year-old Anderson Silva knocks out Uriah Hall, rather, and gets the win in the third round. Unreal. Unfucking real. He thanks Evan Connected Team Noguera for helping him prepare for the fight and sponsors for supporting him financially. Anderson Silva says the tough fight gives a show respect to his opponent in Uriah Hall. I cannot believe Uriah Hall did not win that fight, as he knows how to talk himself up and certainly benefits him getting a live microphone now. As Peter Yan, Henry Cejudo, going 5 rounds here, definitely probably going to go the distance if I had to guess. 14-1, 15-2, very similar records. The size advantage to Peter Yan, though, is going to be a tough fight. Tough fight at 135, for sure. Yamasaki's the referee, cage side judges. Here we go, fight begins. They touch gloves. We'll see what happens here. Yan confidently moves in closer, looking to throw some strikes. And so we'll see how Cejudo does. He's looking for some grappling, but couldn't take the initiative. So yeah, we're seeing Yan with a great start here. That's a great 1-2, but he misses the spin kick. There's a nice 1-2 from Yan, though, with a nice jab on the leg kick. Crunching right hook. Yeah, Jan's just such a better striker. You're seeing it here. He is landing a lot of heavy shots here in the first round. There's a jab at a right hand. Again, there's Yan stepping in, looking to unleash some more strikes. There's 2 jabs, then scores the right cross that lands hard. Yan moving in closer, ready to attack. Fails the final miss jab, lands another right hook, though. Trying to get some grappling going, but Yan is just a fucking menace here in this first round. A beauty of a straight right after the left hand. There's a right hook now. Cejudo with a jab that has no power behind it at all. Can't hit the step left jab. Hits the fucking right to the ribs, though. I can't believe he hasn't even rocked him. I mean, he's been fucking him up for 5 whole minutes at this rate. He's looking to get something going there. Trying to get some grappling started. Still can't get anything going. Crunching right hook. God damn, now some leg kicks now. What a dominant first round. Cejudo might have landed that one jab, yeah. Other than that, it's been all Peter Yan in the first round. Obviously, 10-8. Obviously. That is a massive round, especially for it being 10-8. Dominant. Absolutely dominant round. Looking to step in and grapple now. Still can't get it, though, but connects the jab. Misses the big right hand. That should give Cejudo time to grapple with him, but still can't do it. That's another crunching right hook. Yeah, again, Yan is just throwing caution to the wind. He's like, there's no way this fucker's going to catch me with any of these strikes. There's a left hand and hits him with a leg kick now. Now he's starting to slow down. Catches another crunching right hook, though. Another crunching right hook. Cejudo finally gets a takedown, though. It's a single leg. Looking to pass. It's a scramble immediately, though. He's on his back, though, so ends up losing out on the scramble. Throws some minor strikes. Just keeps him down. Listen, him being down 10-8 is going to be a problem. Yamasaki's going to stand him back up, but he's not going to be able to lay and pray like that. He's going to have to get a finish, because he's going to be down on the scorecard nonetheless. About a great round for Peter Yan. He's got another one. So it's 2017 on the scorecard after 2. And Cejudo's definitely feeling those leg kicks, looking for the takedown. He's got the takedown, rather, excuse me. He's looking to pass it, gets out of side control. It's a scramble, though, and Cejudo's on his back. So Yan is in side control now. Jesus Christ. Peter Yan is just a savage in there. Fires off some punches now. They aren't thrown with any great force. He tries to transition the guard. Can't quite manage it, though. So Yan pounds away on Cejudo. Deals with him fairly easy. Cejudo tries to pull guard on Yan. Doesn't get in with the attempt, though. Fires with some punches now. And Cejudo's clearly hurt by these punches. Oh, wow. Desperately tries to get away from it. And only gives up his back now. So now Peter Yan's on his back to end out the third. If he can get both hooks in, this could be it, but I don't think he's going to do it. Oh, he's trying to finish the fight here in the third. Saved by the bell is Henry Cejudo. Just a fucking onslaught. He's going to have to finish the fight. It just is what it is. There's no way. There's just no way that he's going to have to... I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I mean, Peter Yan is just fucking him up for 15 whole minutes at this rate. Looking to get some takedowns going. Still can't do it. There's a left hand and a right to the ribs. He's limping. He's getting fucked up in the body. He's getting fucked up standing. Like, everything is not working out for him. Still limping. Cejudo may have been setting to set up a shoot here, but he still can't do it. 2 jabs. Cejudo avoids the big punch. Can't get the sub strikes. Hits the right cross, though. Crunching right hook now. I just can't believe Cejudo hasn't been knocked down. Just can't believe it. Barely can walk now. Cejudo looking for a takedown again. It's not happening. He's got him against the cage, though. See what happens here. Hard foot stomp. Smothering him now. Just the fact that he has not given up is crazy in itself. He's still trying. He's still fighting hard. Gotta give Cejudo that. As far as the rest of the round passes with them up against the cage. It's our final round. Cejudo needs a finish. See what happens here. And Cejudo trying to get some grappling started. Still can't get it. There's a jab and a right cross. Left hand doesn't hit the leg kick, though. Nice jab and a beautiful straight right from Peter Yan. Cejudo grabs him in the clinch now. Looking for the takedown. He's got him. And he's got his back. No fucking way he's going to get him. No fucking way. He's firing away. Oh, he's gone limp. Oh, my God. What a comeback. 20 minutes of getting your fucking ass beat to come back there in the 5th and final round and finish the fight. Listen, fair fucks to Henry Cejudo there. That is a massive comeback. Unreal. Unfucking real. I cannot believe that. That was shocking. Absolutely shocking from Henry Cejudo. Tough break for Peter Yan, though. I mean, he put on an onslaught, especially that first round. He came ready to fight. Unreal. Unfucking real. Gives an inject over that Team Quest, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, supporters, with that Bantamweight title still around his waist. I cannot believe that. What a fight. And we are not done yet, though. We get our main event. The Boogeyman versus the Eagle. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Tony Ferguson. We finally get it at 155. Unreal. Good luck following that fight, though. That was unreal. We'll see what happens, though. Ferguson is a bit older. This was not what I was hoping for when these two would have fought. So before a prime Ferguson or a prime Khabib, but instead we get a Tony Ferguson that is not losing yet. He hasn't lost yet, so there is that. But the Cerrone win was massive, and to go into that to potentially take Khabib Nurmagomedov out is massive. But it's very, very close, though, on the betting line. 10th planet, of course, for El Cucuy. He's got Eddie Bravo in his corner. And, of course, for Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's got his father in his corner. Part of Eagles MMA, minus 130 is the favorite for Khabib Nurmagomedov. Herb Dean's the referee. Cage side judges there. Here we go. Round one begins with a nice jab. That's wide, but he hits a straight right hand from Ferguson. Now Khabib's got a hold of him. Oh, God, suplex coming in. Ferguson stops it, though. That's a good start for Tony Ferguson. He's got up against the cage, though. Trying to get something going, but Ferguson wrestles out of it. See what Khabib's trying to get some grappling started, but again, Ferguson, he's the better striker, and you're seeing it there. It's a tentative left hand, a jab lands from Ferguson, finds nothing but air on the big right, and Ferguson gets caught with a takedown, though. Khabib, peppering with some small strikes now. Ferguson's trying to catch him with a punch. Not really happening. Yeah, it's just going to get laid and prayed on here. Boy, oh boy. Gonna be tough. Going to be tough. 10-9 Khabib. Second round here. Straight right, though, from Ferguson. Again, he's landing those straight rights, but Khabib's just able to get him up against the cage or get him with a takedown with pretty much with ease after taking the strike. Man, just, brutal. He's got the stamina that he can just drag you into that deep water and fucking drown you. As Khabib, stepping forward, willing to take a few shots, gets close enough to wrestle. There's a left jab. It hits him with a straight right, though. That's a nice little 1-2. Khabib with left hand now. Jab lands from Ferguson. Misses the big right hand. There's a weak flicked left hand jab, though, from Khabib now. The jab is wide from Ferguson. Lands a straight right. There's a jab. Khabib evades the big right punch. Ferguson looking for a strike combination now. I like the leg kick. I like the leg kick attempt, but misses that again. Khabib looking for a slam, and he slams him down. We'll see what Ferguson can do on his bottom. I just don't think he's got anything really on his bottom. We'll see, though. He hasn't really tried for anything. Khabib's doing a very good job of kind of neutralizing anything from the bottom, though. There's another straight right hand that lands hard. Right cross that lands hard. Khabib gets hold of him now. He strikes to the body, trying to get him against the cage. He's got him against the cage. Yeah, full minute there, but against the cage. Trying to get a foot stop there, but Ferguson wrestles free and circles back. Khabib trying to get in close. It's a good 1-2 there. It's a left hand, a straight right to the body. Khabib trying to get in close again. There's a roundhouse kick to the ribs, though, from Ferguson. That's a good job. There's another roundhouse kick to the ribs. After the jab, too. Listen, Tony's landing some shots. He hasn't rocked him yet, but he's landing shots. Misses all the strikes on combination with a kick to the body, and he even catches that last kick and probably goes for the takedown. Doesn't get it, though. So that was the first round he didn't get taken down, at least. Now into the championship rounds. Ferguson needs to finish. You know, it is what it is. We kind of expected this going into this fight. If there was someone to be up on the scorecards going into the championship rounds, it would be Khabib. It's Khabib trying to get some grappling started, but Ferguson, again, is the more aggressive fighter. There's a high right head kick. Doesn't rock him, though. Starting to slow down. Ferguson with a right cross. He's landing combinations now, but Khabib is still just powering right through. Gets the single leg. Gonna lay on top of him now. Not gonna look to finish the fight or anything. Looking to stay on top. Trying to get a scramble. Just, nothing really coming out of that, though. But, yeah, just, tough break. Tough break. Oh, Ferguson finally gets a scramble. He's actually up. But he's now into a Muay Thai clinch. Oh, God, what's Khabib gonna do here? Look for a knee to the ribs. Lacked any power. Very rarely do you feel like you see Khabib go for a Muay Thai clinch. But yeah, the final round, maybe Tony Ferguson's got some magic in him, much like we saw with Henry Cejudo. There's a hook to the body, but Khabib avoids it. Khabib gets hold of him now, looking for a suplex. Well, has a hugely impressive suplex, and the Kimura as well. Doesn't get the Kimura applied, though. So now knees on the Ferguson, another Kimura. I do like that Khabib's looking to finish the fight. I do love that. Knee strike just above the hip. Looking for an arm triangle now. Still can't finish him. Listen, Tony's a savage. Absolute savage in there. He's not going to finish him. It's going to have to be a decision win. I don't think he's going to get caught. We'll see, though. Tired-looking Khabib gets a takedown. Yep, just going to lay and pray to end out the final round. Tough break for Tony Ferguson. 49-46. A 48-47 round's pretty interesting, but a 49-46, I think that's the better scorecard and the right scorecard. But unanimous decision win for Khabib, Nurmagomedov. 29-0. Looking to make it a dirty 30 against McGregor. Boy, oh boy. 25-4 for Tony Ferguson. The win streak is over for him. Tough break, though. Listen, Khabib's a savage. It just is what it is. Khabib gives a name check that at Eagles MMA. All of his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters as he celebrates still being the UFC lightweight champion of the world. And he's looking forward to this next challenger stepping forward. Yeah, you just wait, pal. Man, I mean, it sucks, because that was actually a really, really great card again. Start off a little rocky with the Sato Grant fight. Usman dominating Alex Reyes was no surprise, but then it was full on. That fucking comeback from Cejudo, though, was insane. Insane. What a card, though. Sucks that the critical rating is almost a 68. I was hoping to be a little bit higher, but a $3 million gate, plus we're making about $250 off pay-per-view. Should be a pretty good card, off of money-wise. We're going to definitely give guys a good bit of cash, though. Definitely give it to Ferguson. Definitely Cejudo for the performance bonus. I can't believe Silva won that fight, too. Performance bonus from Andrade. Yeah, Lyman good with his comeback. And that'll probably be it, unfortunately. Yeah. I think that's a good call there. Yeah, that's a good call. But yeah, there was a lot of performance bonuses. Yeah, we made about 250. So basically, what we made off of pay-per-view is what we made. A lot of guys making a lot of money. Silva making over $1 million. Khabib almost close to $1 million. Fabrice Verdum made close to $1 million. Cejudo with $300K. Poor Usman. Nurmagomedov made $2K. Tough break there for him. Yeah, just, as far as a big-time fight, though, for a lot of the guys on the main cards of the pay-per-view, I mean, they made over 60 grand, most of them. I think Waterson only made 12, but that's a tough break. 15, to be exact, but you still, and Peter Yan didn't make a whole lot either. But, man, what a win for Henry Cejudo. I just cannot believe that. That was such a crazy comeback. Needing a finish, was getting fucked up. Literally had a 10-8 round in the first round to come back like that. Unreal. Just absolutely unreal. That will do it, though, for this episode. What a pay-per-view, though. That was a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight for Peter Yan and Cejudo. We see Khabib, in fact, dominate Ferguson. That broke my heart a little bit, but, I mean, realistically, that's a realistic outcome for that fight. Definitely could have seen that happening if they fought for real. But, yes, that will do it for Ferguson and Khabib. We saw it. Ferguson, unfortunately, comes up short. The Khabib-McGregor fight. I was kind of hoping we'd do it in Ireland just because it'd be fucking hilarious to see Khabib beat him in front of everybody in Ireland, but I don't know. That fight is a while away as far as, because I don't think Khabib took a lot of damage that fight, so I think we can make that fight happen a little bit sooner than that, because I think I set that fight up. I think that card is set up for September, I think. Let me just double check here. Let's see what we got. I think it's 250. Oh, it must be 255 then. So yeah, it must be October. Yep. So yeah, we'll probably see it then. As far as from that perspective. But yeah, the next fight night is in Oregon. As far as it's the Thiago Santos and Volkan Ozdemir card. So as far as a bit of a, after coming off of an incredible pay-per-view, getting a fight night card like that, then the ESPN Plus card, Tuivasa and Struve, Alexander Pantoja as a Pantoja and Rothwell in the flyweight contest at the co-main event. That's going to be a fun-ass fight. That's going to be really, really good to see how that plays out. Then obviously Usman and Masvidal for the welterweight title, plus Robbie Lawler and Mike Perry on the co-main. Rumble Johnson, he's back. He's taking on Alexander Volkov. That's a tough fight. It's such a tough fight for him. I hope he wins, though. I really do. And then Ortega and Chain Sung Jung as well is coming up. So we got a lot of fun main events on the horizon. That is for sure. And fucking Kevin Lee, not Keith Lee, Kevin Lee, and Anthony Pettis main eventing the fight night card that's in Colorado. So that should be a lot of fun to see. The main event, we're still waiting to see who's going to take on Amanda Nunes. I think it will be Raquel Pennington at featherweight. I think that's going to be the plan. We'll see. We'll see, because I think she's rocking and rolling. She's ready. I think she's all squared away here. She's just 6 days away from recuperating, so I believe that's what's going to be the contest. So instead of fighting at bantamweight, they're going to fight at featherweight. I think that's probably the better call. It just sucks because I was wanting, the plan was, actually I'll just go to the rankings instead. As the plan was to have it be Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson at the Australian card, but Megan Anderson probably will not be ready for that. So instead, we're going to get, as far as, I just feel like that's going to be a better fight to have Amanda Nunes, since she's already fought, Raquel Pennington at bantamweight already. Might as well have her fight at featherweight. So that's the plan. It's the plan, at least. I don't know, where the hell is Rocky at? I don't see her on the ratings here. Huh. I think I already put her as a featherweight, so that might be why she's not showing up. Is that the case? Oh, it is. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's the plan. So we'll set that up. That's happening in Brazil. So that should be fun. Little main event there for 251. And of course, 252 is the International Fight Week card. which we have a great co-main event in Wonder Boy, Steven Thompson, and Nate Diaz. That's going to be a fun-ass fight. And then DC Miocic 3, the trilogy. Winner of that takes on John Jones. So just kind of the plans of what's going on. We're going to have Jose Aldo and Yair Rodriguez at the Fight Island card, which that's basically going to be every time we go to Abu Dhabi. There'll be a Fight Island show. The idea is just, as far as it's, the idea was for it to kind of be like a Bushido for the Pride cards, kind of those, where it's not mainly like a major event, but it's not a TV show either. It's kind of like in the middle. So that's kind of why we want the Fight Island idea, but that's going to be fun, though. Basically, it's going to be who's a dog. Like, it's going to be the BMFers are going to be on those cards. More so than not. Hence why we're going to have Yair Rodriguez and Jose Aldo fight, which that's going to be a fun-ass fight whenever we get there. But yeah, that will do it for episode 12. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.